Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Oshi no Ko Season 2, Episode 4. So, last time, we kind of dealt with some Abiko drama. She kind of had a bit of an ego about herself, but also partially because she's so overworked and wants everything so perfect, and she's so scared that what happened to uh Sweet today is going to happen to her precious child, her precious creation. And since one of her first creations kind of became viral, it is even more important to her to succeed. So she hasn't really experienced that failure yet, and I think she's terrified of it. So there's a lot of complicated aspects there. I don't think just because she kind of had a bit of that cocky attitude that I didn't like, I don't think that makes her a terrible person or anything, especially because she kind of apologized in the end, and that's always a good sign. It's always bad when they double down on that kind of thing. So, anyways, guys, I'm looking forward to this episode, so let's jump into it, shall we? We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. This is a hard song to hum. Very fast paced. Such a crazy, like, them taking their faces off. So cool. Also, that freaking scene of Aqua is crazy too. Where he's, like, materializing. I don't really know. Some of the stuff I can understand what it's trying to, like, portray, what it's trying to say in its visual imagery. I'm not sure what that one's trying to portray. I still get it. I don't know why it's so funny to me. Just like everyone having these emotional scenes and everything, and then it's just Ruby living her best life. I'm kind of excited based on some of the expressions on their faces to see this play. Looks like Aqua kills it, even though he always says he's a bad actor. Yeah, that's right. Abiko is going to the play right at the end. This is how yours is going to be visualized. Oh. Oh, shit. Hospitality, hospitality. Alright. Mm-hmm. Just like Aqua thought. When I write the script, though, she's still saying that. She having a hard time admitting that she shouldn't be writing it. Ooh, yeah, that's right. He was told that. Mmm. Okay, Ryder, let's go. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Damn. Damn. I'll have a bug bite on my arm that's bugging the crap out of me. Oh shit. Mmm. Damn. Nice. This is the bug bite. Can I see it? Nope. Can't really see it. Where is it? Oh, you can kind of see it. Okay. Hmm. Shit, I was too busy looking at my bug bite. That was my bad. What was that? It was something about a stalker. Was it? Is she a fan of I, maybe? Did it have to do with I stalker? I'll go back after we finish the episode. I'm so sorry, guys. I shouldn't have bothered trying to show my stupid ass bug bite. Nice. Good. Alright. Cool. It's so hard to keep up with both the lines here. I'm mainly just reading what Ryda said. Okay. Hmm. Okay. See, give people a little time, give people a little direction. Granted, she was trying to do that before, and it was getting lost in the game of telephone, so. Mm-hmm. There you go. She's gonna mention it. Nice. Good going, Abiko. Aww. Hmm. Nice. Just cut everything out, let the actors do it. No. Oh my god. They're just having so much fun deleting everything. They're gonna just have no script left. Oh. Is it Okay, bye. Were they not expecting to work all night, or? Hmm. Okay. Why is he so worried about that though? He's like when two creators like it's almost like he's mad that when or like freaked out that when two creators come together. Oh. Oh shit. Poor Melt. Gotta relearn. She's excited. Look at her. Hmm. Like a little bit of a sparkle in her eye. Like the way like the lights in their eyes like are as they get more excited they start like shimmering. Damn. Hey, she looks so much more like the character that Kana's supposed to play, I think. Nice, that's good. Yeah, Melt's new to this, and he's gonna learn a new script. Hmm. Is there something about Aqua's part of the script that doesn't mesh well with him, maybe? uh, this is the scene from the opening. Uh-oh. Yeah. Aqua's a very timid personality. Okay. So he is doing good in terms of the manga, but mm, maybe he can visualize I wonder if that might be how he does it. That's like really the only time that we get that much emotion out of him. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, you did one gig together. Kana. That face. Kana. That was a cute face. I like anime girls' faces when they get frustrated like that. That little like poofy face they do is so adorable. Hmm. What about I though? Not mad at you. Just asking for more advice. Ooh. Yup. Yup. You literally saw your mom die. Is he actually gonna start crying right here? Oh shit. Okay. Makes sense in the opening how he gets that big of an emotional reaction, right? He thinks to buy. Damn. Even his eyes still look a little like... Oh. Wow. Are those some of the moments that he felt happy? They're all of this life. Hmm. I guess the older he gets, the more disassociated he probably gets with his past life, though, too. Ooh. Oh. What? Is this, like, in his head, the manifestation of his father, maybe? Damn! What the fuck? Damn. Huh. That's crazy. Hmm. Kinda wants to, too. Even in this moment, you're salty. I wonder if she gets those. That's why she's experienced with the, Damn. Well, she didn't question it, but remembering bad memories, I wonder if he'll tell. Oh. How much does he know? Did he think he was gay? Is that what he was about to say? I could have sworn he either that or liked a different kind of like person, right? Like I didn't imagine him liking someone that looked like you. Maybe. Growing up, because of his mental age, he probably didn't pay much attention to like. Oh, okay, he does know. Damn. So using eyes and memory is probably going to be difficult to grasp on as a emotional trigger. Damn. Shit. Wow. Yeah, I mean, even though this is his second life and he was a doctor before. Wonder if that's supposed to be his father or Stalker. Hmm. Oh shit. Uh-oh. She's too smart, man. She's good at putting these puzzles together. Oh shit. That's why people don't put that connection together. Her family name was never made public. Oh shit. She's putting it together. God damn, Akane. Holy shit. Oh. Feeling bad for him. No. Hmm. So, not necessarily saying, but... Oh. He has folders for Aqua and Hoshino. Emotional acting. Alright. That was a hell of an episode, man. I didn't expect to see Aqua's experience like PTSD. He's so in control of his emotions. Seeing him kind of lose control of them this episode was actually pretty shocking, you know? But I mean it makes sense. Like, I bet you there's some people that would say, "Oh, well, he was a doctor in his past life. He should be used to seeing, death and blood and stuff like that, working in a hospital and all that." But are these visuals different, or is this how they've always been? I don't know. But yeah, with I mean, it was still someone I was someone he really looked up to, like, not only as an idol and a big fan of hers in his previous life, then being reborn, where she was his mother, spending so much time with her and everything. Like, it makes sense that there would be some trauma there, no matter how cold and calm he can normally be. It makes sense that there would be something there always, right? Hmm. Alrighty, guys, that is it for episode 4. Yeah, I will say, what's it called? That was an amazing episode, of course. And I do need to go back because I made that mistake. It was before this, right? She flashed to, like, some... This is where he's doing the heart-to-heart with Abiko. I can't tell if I'm before or after. Okay, I think this is before, if I'm not mistaken. Talking about giving the actors time to rehearse, a gifted novelist. If they were to draw manga storyboards for the very first time, would they score a perfect 100? Of course not. Same with stage plays. However much of a genius it might be. Like we end up as a saga. Are you threatening me? It goes both ways. Bargaining of this sort is nothing new for me. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find this one point that I missed. I approach my job ready to blank the blank of a geezer or two. Oh my god, is that suck? Okay. Is that I approach my job ready to suck the dick of a geezer or two if that's what it takes? Is that what it's supposed to say? It's censored out for me, so... Goddamn. How filthy. Written by Goa. Okay, I might have went past it. Shit. Please trust in the work he does. Meet them halfway. Collaborative work. Okay. Oh, this is it. Okay. They're a collection of tasks that you can't accomplish alone. And then... I'll go with Sweet today, episode 6. The stalker finally bares his fangs. The one who saves the solitary girl is... Interesting, so... I guess like a collection of tasks, and she's picturing like Kana's acting there at the end. I think that might have been like the last episode with her crying in that picture. Thinking of like the actors putting on... Yeah, okay. So it wasn't really much. It was just her remembering that there can be some good that comes out of stuff like that. You know, especially when the actors can do their thing. Okay. So I really didn't miss much. I thought when I briefly read Stalker before it faded after playing with my arm in that scene. And I was like, I thought I missed something really important. I thought it was going back to like I Stalker or something like that, but never mind. So that heart-to-heart was great. I really liked that Raida, you know, I mean, Aqua coming in clutch, one giving the ticket to Abiko, drove Abiko to the play, which made her realize, like, she was still kind of, before Raida said anything, she was still going to be like, oh, now I have reference and I will use this. She wasn't like, oh, no, I can't do this alone. Which is kind of a, not the right direction, but then Raida gave it the push it needed, kind of because of what Aqua said to him, like, you're the only one that can do this, so that's, you know, Aqua coming in clutch for this whole scenario. And so did Raida for building up the courage to do this, and going with a, you know, not so good way to handle it, which is normally putting the script writer and the original creator together can cause a lot of friction and problems, but in this case, they got along, which was really good. I really like that Abiko said, hey, I watched your play and it was really good, things like that, and I like how they were finally able to talk, and Goa was like, "Oh, I think I see what you're trying to go with now," and he was able to capture that vision and then roll with it, and then from there they created something that sounds like it'll be truly spectacular as long as the actors can pull it off. So very interesting. Then we get into the whole emotional acting aspect, which, yeah, that's not really Aqua's forte. He doesn't show a lot of emotion normally. And Kana came in not knowing his past, and, like, what if your mom was killed? Like, that's a. If I want to cry, I could. If I thought hard enough about, like, my mom's death, because I'm very close to my mom, I could definitely get very emotional. Uh, so I can understand how that can be a launching off point for that, but that just triggered Aqua's PTSD. Is what they it seems like they're going with PTSD, not necessarily a panic attack. So, but we saw that whatever that smoking figure, obviously it's just a representation in Aqua's mind. I'm not saying it's like a real thing, but I wonder if it's supposed to be like a representation of. Now, okay, bear with me. My first thought was a representation of his father, right? Being like, you could have saved her. Another part of me thought maybe the stalker. But hear me out. Is it him from his past life? Because of the glasses. That's the key thing there. Um, the key thing is, to me, is the glasses remind me a bit of what his glasses look like beforehand. Now, does he have the glasses in the opening when he removes the face? Does he have the glasses? Because if we look, the glasses that this entity is wearing, they're like the perfect square, like a perfect like rectangle sort of look. I wonder if it could be his past life. If we go back to the opening, um, oh yeah, they could be. It's obviously hard to tell because it's a shimmering persona or whatever, but it almost feels like that could be his past life version of himself, kind of shit talking himself, right? Being like, "Hey, you couldn't save her," and especially if that first we have the flashback later on of him as a kid having this problem, or having this feeling right at the moment of Ai's death. That would be, when he's that young, he'd still be very in tune with his past life, which kind of makes sense that he would draw upon the image of his former life rather than the image of his current life, kind of thing. So I don't know. I think it's highly likely it is his past life, but it also could just be a figment of his father or the stalker or something like that too haunting him. But anyway, Akane, like, she was already close to figuring it out. She already had said, like, a secret child or something, but just kind of dismissed it early on when she was researching for her role in the reality show, the personality she was trying to put on. And now she started piecing it together even more. I love the way that it makes sense with everything she put together and everything she knows. Like, we have brother and sister. The brother's an actor, the sister's an idol. The sister revived B. Kamachi. They work for Strawberry Productions, which worked under I. They were adopted by one of the managers of Strawberry Productions after around the time of I's death. I's That's a big thing. Ai's family name was never revealed. Every time we heard them say Hoshino, I always thought, how do they not just connect them to I? Like, but yeah, I guess also Hoshino might be a common last name. Like, I have no idea about Japanese last names because I know my last name is very common. Hey, I was just watching like a random short last night, and randomly one of the guys said his last name, and it was the same last name as me. I think I've probably met about 30 people in my life with the same last name as me that aren't family members, right? So it could be that Hoshino was just common, but this makes more sense that her family name was never revealed. I don't know if they said that earlier in the show and I missed it, but now I do know, so that's cool. I don't have to worry about being like, how do they not put it together that they're, Hoshino working, basically what Akane did. I was like, I'm surprised no one put this together sooner, but that makes sense. Um, so yeah, all those pieces she put together was amazing. I love it. I love when characters are smart like that. And I love how it fits her character so much that she's the one that figured it out because one, she's the one that investigated I before, and two, we've already seen she's the kind of person to diligently like write down all the things she's like thinking and analyzing and studying, and it's really cool. So, um yeah, that was amazing. And like especially for Aqua's character, one that like he's kind of a I like his goal and ambition. I like the way he handles the people around him. Sometimes he takes it too far, I feel like. But I do I like his character, but he's a very dull character, right? Like he doesn't show those emotions that we'd hope to see. Which in some ways it is refreshing because I could definitely see this show going a different route if it wanted to go more with cliches and have the main character be like very awkward because he's this adult male in a young male's body. He's around all these cute girls, but they're still high school girls, right? They're still technically underage for how old he was in his past life. So we could have had like that bumbling awkwardness and they could have like played off that and we could have had a lot of scenes of like if Akane was a little bit more flirty, if she tried to like kiss him and go in for stuff like that or more, that we could have had like really awkward scenes like that where he's like, oh no 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 no, like being all weird about it and freaking out and all that. But instead we have him being this like cold, meticulous kind of personality, and I think it's very refreshing. It's just very different. But I like seeing what's bottled up in there being shown a little bit because I don't know that I really picked up on it until this episode that he does have that trauma within him, right? Like it just didn't nothing really seemed to bother him. He just had his goal of trying to find his father and that's all we really had for him. So now if I rewatch the show maybe I'd see signs of it in the background, but yeah. So very interesting. And the what was his name? Shoot. Did I write it down? The guy here that kinda helped raise him a bit, the director. I probably wrote it down somewhere here. But he said that this has happened to Aqua before. He seems to have an idea of like I mean, I'm guessing he knows, right? The full story then? Because when he was talking about it, he pictured I and said, like, that was, like, the most gruesome, like that even haunts me to this day. But, Director Gotanda? That might be it. I guess I don't have, like, a first name for him. I'm guessing Gotanda is his last name. But, yeah, so... Anyway, it was just very interesting having him. I didn't realize he was in the know. There's a lot of those little aspects that we never really got to know is that aspect. So very very interesting. I'm super excited to see more. And I mean, we see him in the opening. It looks like he's killing it during the play. Now openings aren't always fact. Things in the opening can change. So we'll have to see whether he kills it like that when it really happens, or the journey to getting to that point so he can reach that level of emotional acting. It should be interesting. So yeah, I'm loving it. I've also got to give props to Kana for speaking her mind to him about its emotional acting and kind of telling like Akane was babying him and Kana's like, no, don't do that. Maybe I mean we had Melt say that he didn't like that Kana babied him, right? I wonder if she learned from that, or if it's just because she's always more forward when it comes to Aqua. Maybe it's just that. So, but Anyways, guys, that's going to be it from me. Great episode. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. Links in the description should be popping up on the screen. You can get 2 more episodes ahead of time on there through the early access tier, or my Patreon show/rewatch tier, where I have finished things like Freerin and Solo Leveling Season 1 and 2, and then Shogun is on there as well for live action, as well as The Expanse. And for the Patreon rewatch, I'm currently rewatching Season 1 and 2 of Attack on Titan. So check all that out if you want more content. Like I said, links are in the description, should be popping up on the screen, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.